Welcome. You are on day 278 of A Course in Miracles in 365-day straight marathon. Let's breathe. Welcome. Today you have a very big day. Today you will be creating. Maybe you're creating a new book. Maybe you're creating a new coaching program. Maybe you're going to be serving your clients with readings and with spiritual services. Maybe you're going to be making a video. Maybe you're going to be creating a podcast episode. Maybe you're interviewing someone. Maybe you're filming for a movie, or maybe you're filming for a TV show. Maybe you're having a photo shoot. Maybe you're conducting a retreat. Maybe you're conducting a class. Whatever you may be doing, you are having a big day today. So before beginning your day with all of these wonderful things that you are going to be doing today, we begin our day right with a clear mind and an open spirit, and engaging our daily spiritual practice, which we hold throughout the day as well, of breathing, clearing the mind, a meditative moment, and our thought for the day. Yes, you have a big day today. You have a big day today. And now we engage the miracle that is occurring, that is your life. Your life is one great, big, reoccurring miracle. For today's lesson, 278 at acim.org. A Course in Miracles is several books compiled together, and one of the books is called the Workbook for Students. That's us. We're students, lifelong students. Yes. It's called the Workbook for Students, and that's what we're in. We're in the Workbook for Students. There's also the manual. There's also the Workbook for Teachers. There's also some wonderful prayers in there. So, here we go. There we go. Here we are. If I am bound, my Father is not free. Remember, yesterday's lesson reminded us that we are not to bind. Let me not bind the Son of God with laws that I have made. We're not to bind others with laws we made, and we're not to be bound by laws other people made. If we are bound, then God must be bound too. Because I and the Father are one, you and the Father are one, we are all one. The oneness of this universe is proven by science. This universe is one, not many. It's one appearing as many. If I accept that I am prisoner within a body, which that's what the masses believe, this is an error thought in the mass consciousness, in a world in which all things that seem to live appear to die. Oh my goodness, here was grandma, now grandma's dead. Oh my God, here was my mom, now my mom's dead. Oh, my best friend had an accident, now my best friend's dead. That is extremely depressing. If that's true, then it's my Father prisoner with me. That means God is going to die too one day. Maybe God just lives a little longer than us. Well, one day God's going to die too, because God isn't the same thing with us. And this do I believe. When I maintain the laws the world obeys, must I obey. You see, family, when they tell you to put on a mask, shelter in place, be afraid, don't associate with people, don't hug anybody, don't touch anyone, stay 6 feet apart, don't even let your elderly parents, don't go near your elderly parents. Don't go in the hospital if your wife is having a baby. You can't even be there at the birth of your child. When people tell you these things and you know within yourself that something about it is not right, you're under no compulsion to obey it. And it is not about being a rebel. It is not about being a hard member of society who doesn't want to comply. It's not about any of that. It's about truth, and that you understand and know that you are not subject to the laws the world obeys. You obey the one law, which is love. Now, that's God's law. All the other laws that people made up to protect bodies, keep a body safe, because all these laws come from cherishing body identification. That's what the ego does. And that's what the Course is revealing to us is happening whenever we're going to extreme what's the word I'm looking for? Lengths. Thank you. This same being is over here helping me. I'm very thankful. Extreme lengths to protect the body. You're not a body. I am not a body. The frailties and the sins, which I perceive are real, we need so much bodily protection because we think we're so frail. We had a powerful lesson on that. The lesson said, in my defenselessness, my safety lies. If I defend, I am attacked. If I believe in defenses and attack, born of separation, the ego likes to keep us in defenses and attack. Well, I will continue to fight and be afraid. Drop the defenses, because whatever we viciously defend is weak indeed. It can't stand up to, it can't grow a good immune system like Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been attacked and attacked and attacked and attacked. Bitcoin doesn't have any defenses. It's Bitcoin. It's open. You can go and do anything. You can go poke Bitcoin right now. And plenty of people have done it. What did it make it? It made it more anti-fragile. You're not fragile. How do you get? I'm sure that I have a more robust immune system after being in Egypt and having many different other kinds of critters in the food, these wonderful, helpful critters that are living life inside of your body and my body and whatnot. I am sure that because I was exposed to Egypt and because I was exposed to Greece and I was exposed to Italy and I was exposed to France and I was exposed to Portugal, I am sure a few in France a few times, I am sure that that is a more robust system than sitting in a bubble. Go out there and live your life without fear, without defenses, because you're not this frail, fragile little thing that has to be protected. Run out there and live your life. And what's going to happen is you become more robust in mind and body because you become like Bitcoin, anti-fragile. Now, all the things we have to cover up and keep hidden away and sequestered and protected and sealed and in a bubble, these things are fragile indeed. You're not one of them. You're anti-fragile. You cannot be killed. You're indestructible. You've been here forever. You will be here forever. And there's nothing that can change that. So go out there and live your life with zero fear. That's what I'm seeking to do. That's my aspiration. Go out there and live your life All love, zero fear. And cannot be escaped. We believe that this world cannot be escaped. We believe that we must obey these laws. If I am bound in any way, I do not know my Father nor myself, capital S self. If we're bound, if we're living a life of lack of limitation, if we're saying, I can't do that because I don't have this, I can't go here because I don't have money, I can't do this because I don't have, pardon me. If we are bound in any way, I am doing all I can to break all my shackles, to drop all the chains. If I am bound in any way, I do not know my Father nor myself. I don't know love. I don't know freedom. If I am still telling myself a story of limitation in any way, I can't do this because I did. I can't do that because I. Hmm. I'm going to give you a really good example. Years ago, they had some things happen in New York, and they passed some laws in New York about crypto and Bitcoin and whatnot. If I lived in New York, uh, which I don't any longer, that was my home for the first 28 to 30 years of my life. If I lived in New York and they told me I couldn't do it, well, that's their laws, not mine. I'd move to Wyoming, where they have a new Bitcoin bank now. Wyoming is like, come on in, Bitcoin people. You see, you're never bound. Well, I don't want to move. Okay, then be bound. Be bound. Sit where they said you can't do it, and then don't do it, while other people everywhere are doing it. These are stories. They're made up. They're conjured. They're other people trying to control you, your sovereignty, and your wealth. Your sovereignty is not in question. Your sovereignty is not in question. You're sovereign. You are the boss of you, no one else. Well, we have governments, we have these people, we have that people, we have Biden. Some people listen to Biden more than they listen to God. Because when Biden said, you got to get a job or you lose your job, fuck this job. I'm a sovereign being. How many people say that? Many said it because we had the great resignation. People was like, peace out. You ain't controlling us. And other people were like, okay, I'll be your human pincushion. If you want to do it, do it. Don't say you're, and if you don't want to do it, say you don't want to do it. Don't say, I can't do it because that's bound. And if you're bound, your father's bound. And if you're bound, if I am bound, because I'm telling myself a limitation story in areas of my life, if I'm bound, I don't know God. Every time I tell myself a limitation story, I don't know God and I don't know myself. And I am lost to all reality. For truth is free. And what is bound is not part of truth. Truth and freedom are Siamese twins. Christ said, Yeshua said, and you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. The truth is, you are sovereign over yourself, your wealth, your property, your everything. You rule your world. That's what Source said, and you rule it not by what you say, you rule it by your consciousness. That's how you rule your world. You rule your world from your energy stance. Where are you standing energetically? And what are you pouring forth? What are you emanating everywhere you go energetically? That's how you're ruling your life. And it's not by what I want or what I hope or what I would just love. It is, where am I energetically and what am I emanating? That's the ruling principle of my entire life and everything I experience. Where you, I are standing energetically. Everything is energy, and energy is everything. We can't change that. So we might as well change our energy. Here's our prayer. Father, I ask for nothing but the truth. I ask for nothing but the truth. Wow. I don't want to believe lies about myself anymore. I don't want to tell myself limitation stories. I don't want to tell myself I can't do something because this one said, or that one said, and that one said. What did you say? I ask for nothing but the truth. I ask for nothing but the truth. I have had many foolish thoughts about myself and my creation. Yes, I have. I've had many foolish thoughts about myself. I can't do this. I'm confused. Oh, I'm a victim. They're doing it to me. Oh, well, they're successful and I'm not because they got something I didn't get. Oh, I don't know how. Oh, I can't. Oh, this is taking too long. Impatience, which is really fear masked that it may not happen. That's all impatience. All impatience is fear. And I was the impatient one. It had to be now, had to be now, had to be now. Why? Because you're in anxiety and excitement and skittishness and jitteriness and fear. All forms of fear. Yep. Thank you, Chorus. I have had many foolish thoughts about myself. I may even have a foolish thought about myself today. And my creation. I think I came from Adam and Eve. Not realizing Adam and Eve is a profound allegory that if we dig deep into that story, we found mysteries untold. But I think I came from Adam and Eve. I thought they were perfect, and then something happened. And they weren't perfect anymore. And then they had kids and they passed on the stain to all of us. We need a savior. Breathe. And what the Course is saying is no, that's not so. That's not so. You don't need a savior. Salvation comes from my one self. Salvation comes from your one self. Salvation comes from you and your thought to change your mind. An untrained mind can accomplish no thing. That is our mantra for the year. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. We are here every day to train our mind to wake up early, train our mind to be focused, train our mind to think thoughts that you want it to think, only the God thoughts, train our mind to dismiss things that are not the God thoughts, train our mind to love, train our mind to be still when on command, train your mind like you train a dog. Today I would not dream. I'm not going to get lost in a dream. Oh, wait a minute, I missed a part. I have had many foolish thoughts about myself and my creation and have brought a dream of fear into my mind. So afraid of everything. I tell you one thing. While I was away on this incredible 5-country, 11-city, mind-blowing jaunt, Spirit had me on this soul excursion I was on, panic moments came up. Why? Did panic moments come up because here and there? Did panic moments come up because there was truly something to be afraid of? No. Panic thoughts just came up because I didn't know anything about it. Like, right? Something's put in front of you. You've never seen it before. It's completely unfamiliar. And you feel that little jolt of, what's this? I'm having a fear experience right now. That's interesting. I look around in this Cairo airport. No one's accosting me. No one's doing anything. My mind is having a fearful thought right now. And why is your mind having a fearful thought? Because it's seeing something it never experienced before. Well, that's what a lot of minds do. And I got to see, wow, still a lot of fear in that consciousness, in this consciousness. Okay, thank you, Spirit. It's awareness. No, I don't want to feel fear. Like 50 million things were going on at one time. They weren't even coming at me. I was in perfect peace, and the mind still was weaving a dream of fear. Ooh, well, what is this? go to the window, and Spirit was telling me what to do. It was showing me that window over there. I didn't do it at first because my phone was completely needed energy, required energy. And oh my goodness, it cannot find a plug to plug into. The mind weaving a dream of fear. Just find an outlet, or just know that even if your phone is not charged up, you'll still be taken care of. There still was nothing to fear, yet you will see the mind. I saw my mind go into like a little jolt of fear. Like, oh my goodness, I gotta, oh, oh my goodness, I gotta do what? Oh, ego, you're trying to pimp me right now. Well, fear, mind, you're trying to get me on day 233 or whatever day that was. Wow, interesting, right? Today, I would not dream. I'm not going to do that today. The other day, the Course invited us into perhaps we are ready for a day of undisturbed tranquility. Wouldn't it be wonderful if you had a full day of undisturbed tranquility? Your entire day, you were in power and peace and no fear. You were in love and wisdom and no fear. You were in clarity and no confusion. You were in tranquility and not disturbance. Today, I would not dream because it begins in my mind. It doesn't begin with someone doing something that quote unquote makes me confused, makes me afraid, makes me this. It's not coming from the outside. See, I was allowing the Cairo airport to dictate my state of consciousness. It's not what a master does. I was like, oh, okay, I'm not a master there yet. I see. I see. I don't get mad with myself. It's like Dr. G was says, this is your information. Don't be mad, be informed. This is your information. The universe is just giving you information. If someone gives you a piece of paper with information on it for you, you are angry. You are harboring fear thoughts in your consciousness. It's just information. It's not anything to get upset about. It's not anything to get the lash out and start lashing yourself 40 lashes with a wet spaghetti. It's not time for any of that. It's time to say thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. Go straight into your whole pono. Clean it up. Or clean it up. Pop some mushrooms in your mouth. A heroic dose of mushrooms. I'm not telling you to take mushrooms. I'm saying that's an option. I can stuff my mouth with a heroic dose of mushrooms and then be completely clear myself. I can breathe. I can dance. I can play a harp. I can swim in a river. I can sit by a river. I could eat a peach. I could drink some strawberry juice like I'm hooked on right now. I'm just loving strawberry juice lately. I could eat a mango. I could eat some avocado toast. Chill the fuck out. Chill. Tranquility. Perhaps we are ready for a day of undisturbed tranquility. I said at the beginning of this conversation, this is a big day for you. This is a very big day for you. Very big day. I choose the way to you instead of madness and instead of fear. I choose the way to God instead of madness. Oh, I'm in a Cairo airport. Oh, my phone requires juice. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Oh my! It was like a comedy of errors. It was so funny, and they told me where to go for the Uber, and oh my God, it's a miracle. I even met up with the Uber driver. It was a miracle. Where I had to go was out and around and down and across and down again and through this. And I thought I was Alice in Wonderland. I am telling you, the whole time I'm looking around, high alert, because a dude standing there, hey, want a cigarette? I was like, I don't smoke. And then I realized a lot of people here smoke. Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't accept the cigarette. I just said, oh, okay, that's normal. So that was a gesture of kindness to offer me a cigarette. And then, you know, I don't know anything. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know anything. And I love to put myself in those experiences. I freaking love it because then you start to see what you're made of. You start to see what your mind starts conjuring up. You start to see things you would never see when you're sitting on your lovely sofa. Why? Because they don't come up. Because when you're sitting on your lovely sofa, you're lovely. Everything's lovely. Yeah, it's wonderful. I'm good. I'm so ascended. I feel so good. Okay. Okay, let's take you to 5 countries and see how good you are. Oh my God, the food, the language, the people, the street, the horses, the goats. I'm telling you, on one walk in Egypt, I was telling this to Harmony the other day. I walked to a restaurant, and literally, when I came out the door, I turned to the right, and there was a man standing there with a camel. And the camel was talking like, now we've been on camels before. I had never heard a camel this vocal, and the man was talking to the camel, and the camel was talking to the man. I was like, okay. Then I went a few more feet, and there were dogs. Well, dogs are in most countries. You see dogs all the time, just walking around living their dog life. That's usual. You see cats. Cats are everywhere. They're especially in Egypt. Then I went further down the street, and there were a group of goats, and they were just running like together. And I don't know goat language. Here go to panic. Oh my God, these goats about to get me. Them goats are not crazy. No, I had to talk to Valerie because Kaisi doesn't do that. She's higher consciousness. Valerie, these goats are living their beautiful goat life. They are not thinking about you. You know what the little point of panic came? Because first I saw one goat and it had like the little horns, and then here go the imagination. What if that goat? What if it doesn't? Then I saw a few more goats with it. I was like, oh, damn. I was about to get out of that street. I was about to go the other way because it was just me and the goats. These goats are not thinking about you. Why are you in your New York self having a fearful thought right now about goats? People do goat yoga. Goats don't come and run and attack you. Fear, attack thoughts. What if? Going on high alert. What if? Being getting ready. Getting ready for what? I was like, okay, I can do this. An untrained mind can accomplish nothing. This trained mind can walk down the street with the goats. And I was walking, it was a little alley too. It was like me and the goats. Goats, I'm a helpful person. Please don't attack me. I do my best to help a lot of people on YouTube. Goats, please. I need to be on ACIM again tomorrow. So, goats, I don't know what you have in mind. Please be kind to me, be gentle. I'm here to try to navigate my way through goats. Like, this is ridiculous. Those goats weren't thinking about me. They went on about their business, and I kept walking. I was like, oh my goodness, Egypt. They had like I walked down and I saw, and then I saw some chickens and some, well, chickens are normal. You see those in Miami. You know, you hear the roosters in Bali or early in the morning. Bali was where I learned that roosters are you all day. They don't just do early in the morning. That stuff they told you an old McDonald had a farm, that's a lie. Because roosters cockle doodle doo throughout the day. So you see roosters, you know. So there is some things I was accustomed to. The dogs, you know, you see dogs in Peru, you see dogs in Bali, and the dogs in Bali actually bark at you. Like, what do you want? Hey, I'm walking down the street, dog. And I don't have an issue with that because I'm familiar with that. And I grew up in the streets of New York City. So I have dogology. So I know when a dog is not helpful or when a dog is like, shut up. I know what to do. You know, I know how to stare down dogs. I'm good with the dog nation. I'm good with the cat nation because the cat nation is like, look, we own the whole thing. All of y'all are our humble servants. Y'all are all our subjects. I think cats and dogs are very high intelligence. I actually think humans are less intelligent on the intelligence, scale. I think dogs and cats are up there. So the cats, I'm used to those. I was not used to, and the chickens, I'm kind of used to the chickens and the roosters. I'm used to those too. And I never, no chicken and rooster is not going to come and attack me. The camel, and then he was with a man. Okay. Do you see that little high alert? Oh, Oh, you're with someone? Okay. Okay, Camel. Because I heard Camel spit. Here goes your memory council looking in the files. What do we know about a camel? Oh my God, camels hiss, camels spit. Get away, run, hurry up. It's always some high alert thing when you go to your mind. Don't go to your mind, go to your heart and spirit. Heart and spirit, you're never in danger. I am nowhere in danger in this world. It's so radical that I've never been in danger. Down a dark street, you have never been in danger. And people say, how could that be possible? I was down the street. I walked down a dark street and was held up at gunpoint in New York City with my brother and my sister. I mean, they pulled a gun on me. I was looking at the barrel of a gun, and something told me when they say, give me your purse, something told me to say no. I don't know what told me that. What? Like the punk me would have been like, give him purse, give him everything, right? Except the kids. You can't have the kids. I'm gonna have to fight you over these kids. What? Here's the purse, right? And I never forget, I had this Louis bucket hat that I loved. I used to love this hat. It was a Louis Vuitton, those bucket hats that they made. I had the bucket hat. So it was two of them, and one was like, get the bag. The one with the gun was telling the other one to get the bag. And I was like, no, whatever. And then he yanked the bag off my arm. And then he yanked my hat off my head. I was like, you know what? I need to kick your ass just for getting my hat. I was just kind of mad. So you would say, well, you were in danger because they could have shot a gun. They didn't. I'm still here. And what caused me not to get shot by a gun? Certainly not my own stupid acidness. A spirit of God. I have a destiny on this planet. I'm not going to get shot at 20 something when I have big things to do. You're not in danger. It looks like it. Why? Because here we go. If I accept that I'm a prisoner within a body in a world which all things that seem to live appear to die, it says it right here that I'm doing all this to try to protect the frailties that I perceive are real and cannot be escaped. Well, I can't escape somebody holding a gun on me, and here may be the end of it. That's not the end of you. And it's not a danger. I know. People would say, of course a gun is a danger. No, it's not. Your consciousness is a danger because your consciousness is going to determine whether you get shot or don't get shot. It's so radical. I know this stuff is hard to swallow, isn't it? Because you think if somebody has a gun on you, they're in charge because either they're going to pull it or not, pull the trigger or not. No, you're still in charge. You are nowhere in danger. The Course said, I am in danger nowhere in this world. You have never been in danger. You cannot be in danger. And I just went to all those countries, was on water, was in trains, was with all people I'd never met before. Some people would call them strangers. They're friends you haven't met yet. Friends you haven't met yet. That's all. I remember this Greek man. He had this incredible store, and every time I went by the store, he was like, "Opa, come on, by the store." Greek people are really, I love their big energy. Like, come into the store. And I was like, oh, not today. If I had gotten lost in that store, I was already trying to get rid of one suitcase because I had two suitcases. Greece is where I got rid of one of those suitcases. Yes, I did. Because I was carrying a lot of things. I was carrying gifts. I had been to the event. I was going around. And so when I start to shed, they tell me to shed, I shed. I had a second big suitcase. I cleared some things out that suitcase, consolidated some things in other suitcase, got rid of stuff, and took that suitcase downstairs to Selena to the front desk and said, does anyone want a free suitcase? They were like, yes, this is a nice suitcase. Help yourself. So I knew I did not have any business in his store that looked like a menagerie. And if Kaisi went in there, Kaisi would have came out, needed a whole nother suitcase. No. Now, it's nothing to it. If you're going to Greece, you bring an extra suitcase, you go around, you shop, you fill up another suitcase, you go home. What I didn't know is where they were taking me after Greece, and that every time you get on an airplane in these little these little intermediate uh, planes, they make money from luggage. They be talking about $60, $150, $119. Kid you not. Go today and look up a flight from Rome to Spain or something like that. The flight will be something like, I don't know, $99, $127. And the first bag will be like $119. Like, wait a minute. And I had two I would have to check. Who the hell is doing that? See, Spirit knew where it was taking me, that I would be hopping to all these locations. And if I kept doing that, I probably would have spent $1,000 for $200 worth of stuff that I had in a suitcase. What kind of financial sense does that make? That doesn't add up. It's not smart. Got rid of that other suitcase. I was so glad when I got rid of that other suitcase and I only had one checked bag. And now when I go back, I'm not going to have any checked bags. Oh, I learned. They are making a fortune on checked bags. It costs more for the bag to ride on the plane than you. Wow. This is you're paying $100 for you to go and $200 for your two bags to go. No. So when I was walking here and I saw this gentleman, and and at one point when I went, because I went past his store a few times, right? Because he was around the corner from where I was staying. And at one point when I walked past him, he was like, "You're coming in here." We did like a little dance in the street. He's like, "Come on, come on, give me a chance." And when I think about all the beautiful souls I get to interact with in all these countries and all these quote unquote strangers, I didn't meet one stranger yet. Everybody, and once I was coming to the ferry and the ferry was getting ready to leave, the man was like, "Oh no, 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 no." He was like motioning me on, like, "Come on, get on here." And I was like running, and then if the ferry's taking off, you kind of almost got like jump on, right? So fun. This world is so beautiful. And the people in it are so beautiful. And you might say, "Well, I went to Greece and I didn't have that kind of experience." Well, what kind of consciousness did we bring to Greece? Because that is determining what Greece will be to you. To me, it's absolute paradise. So probably one of the best places on the planet. It's way up there for me. What is your consciousness bringing? Because that is the determinant of what you will experience. If I am bound, my Father is not free. Lesson 278, A Course in Miracles. And that's it for today, beautiful beings, amazing, incredible beings of love and light. Fear is the mind killer. Isn't that the truth? Oh my God. You can knit? Oh, I love that. I grew up in Georgia in the heart of Dixie. Oh, the heart of Dixie. Yeah, that's the Bible Belt. Oh my goodness. They love the Bible there, don't they? They love the Bible. For everyone that was with us last night in the Charge More class, I have to give a big, 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 big shout out and a big thanks and a big yay and a big hug and a big, y'all made my birthday. I feel like I've been celebrating my birthday for about 3 months now. Y'all made my birthday so absolutely amazing, incredible. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to post a picture today from the Charge More class. It was so good. And you can still get the Charge More class if you pick up the book. You can get the Charge More class. It's my gift. It's a gift to you when you pick up the book. All right. Love you. Mwah. Peace. Casey out. See you tomorrow. 279.